Welcome to the SEO.co Search Engine Optimization Podcast. Digital marketing essentials and next level tactics. From offsite and on-site optimization to persuasive selling and everything in between. You'll learn actionable tips on what it takes to outright and outrank your competition. Now, here's your host, Timothy Carter.
Thanks for joining me on the podcast. Today we're going to talk about why organic inbound marketing almost always beats native advertising in ROI. So, inbound marketing actually tends to have a higher ROI than outbound advertising methods, even online approaches like native advertising. So why is this the case? Well, native advertising relies on innocuous appearance to disguise itself as advertising, but beneath that surface, it's a genuine, full-fledged ad. Savvy users who click on this type of material will feel tricked, as if they were lured into buying a product, and may not only avoid purchasing the product, but actively distrust the brand in the future. Of course, there are some people that may appreciate the ad and buy the product anyway, but with organic inbound marketing, there's virtually no risk of turning anybody away. To the average modern web user, trust is one of the most important factors for making a final purchasing decision. If a user doesn't trust a brand, he or she isn't, going to buy from it. For the most part, people are naturally distrustful of corporations and naturally distrustful of advertising. They realize that these are mechanisms of profit, driven to make money off of consumers. Whereas organic inbound marketing strategies work against these stereotypes by presenting valuable information or entertainment to their users. Over time, this cultivates trust and users will naturally be more likely to buy. Even consumers who don't buy immediately will be more likely to speak highly of the brand to others, generating an atmosphere of trust and a higher reputation. Quality content, when consumed, can help in getting down the trust curve more quickly. It's something that I remember Stephen Covey said is critical for transactions in the modern world. When it comes to online advertising, increased competition is making it harder to remain profitable. The most popular platforms for online advertising, like Google AdWords, are quickly ratcheting up costs while offering more competition in the form of other advertisers and more space being used for those ads. And then there's the less popular platforms, while cheaper, tend to offer fewer analytic tools, less traffic, and less benefit overall. So, the cost of native advertising slowly creeps up over time while offering similar returns, though, the analytic tools and audience targeting capabilities are admittedly getting more powerful. It could be argued that inbound marketing strategies like content marketing are seeing similarly increased rates of competition, but there are more avenues for differentiation available. There's richer targeting. The best native advertising platforms are able to deliver diverse and sophisticated means of audience targeting. For example, Facebook offers advertisers the ability to target individuals based on their age, gender, geographic location, and even their interests. However, there's no guarantee that users within those demographics will be interested in your ad or your product. If you display an ad to an uninterested user, that ad has completely gone to waste. On the other hand, content marketing gives you the opportunity to attract only people interested in a certain industry or a certain range of topics. Even if a reader finds your content interesting without formalizing a sale, there's a chance that the user will return and or spread the message about your product. Native advertising has one line to revenue. A user sees the ad, clicks the ad, and buys the product. Period. End of story. Inbound marketing offers several possible channels for consumption. A user might know the brand name from their favorite blog. They might be a loyal reader. They may have seen one of your offers via social media, or they might have found your site through a basic search. There's a much wider funnel here, and as long as you have some means of conversion for those visitors, you're bound to get a decent return from multiple angles. And so the greatest and clearest advantage of organic inbound marketing has over native advertising is its ability to offer compounding returns. Your first few months of producing content, optimizing your site, and posting on social media may not return more than maybe a few hundred visitors. But the more you invest in your strategy, the greater your returns will accelerate. You'll accumulate more loyal readers, gradually grow your domain authority, attract more followers on social media, and before you know it, every new post you make will offer 10x, the value of one of your original posts. Native advertising always has a flat line of return, meaning, over the course of several months, you're going to have that specific dollar amount. Whether or not it returns a profit, that's, up for debate. You're going to still have that X number of dollars you're going to spend. Whereas, organic inbound marketing will always win out because there's a longer return rate there and a greater visibility as time goes on. Even though, content marketing does tend to have a higher ROI than native advertising, that doesn't mean you should ignore, that kind of advertising altogether. It still can be profitable and beneficial for your brand, though it will aid some brands more than others. So be sure to consider the balance of your marketing strategies carefully and always measure your own, ROI. General trends don't apply to every business, and you may find that what works for your business doesn't exactly match the national average. And that's it for today's episode. So if you need some help with some content strategy development and content itself, or if you need some advertising capability with Google AdWords and you need some management there, come on over to SEO.co and schedule a time to have a free consultation. Tell us a little bit more about your needs, and we'll be able to show you how you can scale your ability to outwrite and outrank your competition.
Thank you for joining us on the SEO.co podcast. We appreciate your time. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show, and visit SEO.co for more resources based on today's topic, as well as access to more podcast episodes to help you improve your site's long-term SEO success.